Hi Flosstube, it's Diane. Today is November 21st, 2019, and this is a channel about cross stitch. With the new YouTube Kappa thing, my videos are not necessarily for children. I mean, kids can watch. It's about cross stitch. So I'm going to throw that out there. It's not necessarily for children, but I don't do stuff in my videos that I don't want to say that. It's not geared toward children, but if children watch, oh well. Kind of my feeling. I think I did it right. I had to go back and do all my videos and indicate that it's not for kids. I don't know if I did it right, but hopefully I did. I don't know. More government overreach. Anyway, that aside, let's talk. Life updates. My Marine did go back. He was here for hunting, deer hunting. Freezer has a lot of venison in it. And on that issue of hunting, I know some people are not comfortable with the issue, but we hunt to provide meat for our family. And it kills my husband to know there's, if they hit something and can't find it, they search and search and search and search. And they did lose one this year. I can't remember which son shot it, but they tried and tried and tried and tried to find it, and they couldn't find it. Or maybe it was my middle daughter. She was skunked this year, which is like the first time in 5 years that she's ever not come home with something. That just means next year she'll get the biggest deer and put all the boys to shame. But everybody was safe. My husband is very adamant. He's very involved in a gun club and stuff. He's very adamant about safety, training, and he's been training particularly our younger boys. That's my dog Stormy, who's, I don't know what's going on. But she's fine. She just has to know where everybody's at. But gun safety is very, very important to us, and we think that people should have more gun safety training. Personal opinion. Enough about that. But he went back on the 15th. It looks like he's not going to be home for Christmas, which will be the first time I won't have all my kids for Christmas. I knew it was coming. It's hard to think about. So I'm trying to think about it. He will probably be deployed overseas next year. So we will see him before he's deployed. And again, I'm going to be pretty emotional about that too. Everybody else is doing really well. My husband started this new drug, and so because they give him a lot of Benadryl with his infusions, I've had to drive him home, which I've been able to go to Stitchville a couple times. But I sit there and I stitch mostly, and I go get us lunch, that kind of thing, because he literally has to just sit there and have this medicine go into him. Yesterday he had 2 different drugs at different times, and I did go to Stitchville yesterday. Apparently they're in kind of a strip mall. It's kind of the shape of a boomerang, and they're kind of in the curve of the boomerang. What they think happened is she was pulling in and she hit the accelerator instead of the brake, and she went through the door of the store next to them, but they were totally undamaged. So it's kind of weird. I'll be there tomorrow night for a stitch night. But my husband, this new medication is supposed to make it. He has one more treatment next week, and then it's supposed to be that he might need one treatment 2 weeks from then, and not need one for a year. To be honest, after the last few years of what we've gone through health-wise with him and with our daughter and now with me, I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. I know that's not a good attitude to have, but that's kind of how I feel. With me, I've been having some issues with some pain, and we think we have it, so I'm taking this medication, and essentially they think I have an ulcer, which is not good, so I have to, yeah, it's always something. It's always something. But I think I feel like we're down the right path on that. So I've been having CTs and hiatus scan because I thought it was my gallbladder, and so much fun. But the other children have been so healthy. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing right so we stay healthy and get my health back where it needs to be? I think I need to make some diet changes. That's all. I have lost some weight, which is what I want, and I purposefully lost weight. We'll see what happens. My kids are out watching a movie, so you might hear them on occasion. But let's get to why you're really here. Just stitching. What have I been stitching on? I have been stitching on this one by Heartstring Samplery called Hibernation Day. I'm trying to make it so you can see better. No, that's too much. I know this room, I'm sorry, there's just no other option. And it's really miserable outside today. Not temperature-wise, but just cloud. November tends to be very, very cloudy in Minnesota. I remember I was pregnant with my oldest. We had clouds. We did not see the sun for over 30 days. I think it was like 34 days. It was unbelievable. Not even a 10-minute little peak. And that was the entire state. I am stitching this on 28 count Wren by Picture This Plus. It is a Lugana. Lugana and linen take dyes differently. And here is where I am at. Last time I showed it, I think I had to finish a couple words, and I was working on here. And then there's a snowflake here. Oh, you can see it, good. And I started working on these bands and words. This color that's called for, I think, is Shaker White by Gentle Arts. I don't know, they're over there. It blended too much with this fabric, so I subbed out Polar Bear by Carrie's Creation Cottons, which you can get through Julie at Reflections. Julie McConnell? I hope that's right. She has a YouTube channel. I'll try and link it below. I know you can get them because I want to order some more. I like this Polar Bear color. If I didn't use the Polar Bear, I think B5200 would be too bright, but maybe 3866, that snow white, would be good on this fabric. It's just because my fabric, it blends too much into it. And I really like this pattern. I like the sentiment in it. It's for my husband and I. It's kind of how we, let's see. Yeah, kind of us. It's kind of us. This is us. Let Freedom Ring, Lila Studios. I had the building stitched, and I was working on these trees last time I showed it to you, but I did not have the back stitching done. This, I'm doing, even though that's 28 count, her model was stitched one strand over 2 threads, and I am doing that, and that's the result. It gives that more prim look. I don't normally do that on 28 count, but I am on this one. But on Let Freedom Ring, I am stitching this on 36 count Properly Primitive by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I have all of the back stitching done. So I have the trees done, all the detailed back stitching done, and I'm working on putting the, what do they call them, bullions, on the windows, the white lines on the windows. That's what I'm working on now. I still have, I think, 28 windows to go. I have to finish this guy here and then do all the other windows. And then the building will be completely done. Now I have not done there's a specialty stitch, Algerian eyelet, like between these two lines of green. I haven't done that yet. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. I can't remember the color it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be some color. Oh, Algerian eyelet. I'm supposed to use 2 strands in that area. I'm supposed to use 1 strand of DMC 3790 at the base of the building. Why does it say 2 strands there? Anyway, I'll use 1 strand. It's not clear, because with an eyelet you open up that center, you pull. It's not clear how much I should open it and how, I mean, it'll add texture, but I'll add it eventually. But the basic outlining is all done. So you get the detail of the building. So I'll finish the windows, because that's what I was working on. Yesterday I finished the tower backstitching, and we're started working on the windows. I'm not sure what motif I would go to next. So I'm tempted to go up to this border and put that in, or go down here to the people, or go to this flower and up. I'll figure it out. Haul. I went to Stitchville yesterday. I picked up this one. Night Walked Down by the Blue Flower. Yeah, this is a different piece. I don't do Halloween, and this is really not Halloween. I'm not sure how you would describe this piece. But it's the first Blue Flower piece that I've purchased. I do like the Queen Bee, and there was another one that she's done. This is probably going to be on my 2020 list. I didn't get fabric or anything for it. I did get fabric for Arise My Soul, which I picked up at Galleria by Rosewood Manor. The color that's called for in here is a nice color, but it's Weeks Dyeworks 30 count, and I do not like that fabric. Love the colors of their fabric, but that's just too loosey-goosey for me. So I bought 36 count Lakeside Linen Vintage River Willow. And these are most of the colors. Stitchville was out of one of the colors. Hopefully they'll have it. I'm going tomorrow night. Maybe they'll have it then, or, you know, I'm not starting this tomorrow, so I've got time. There's one more kind of a brown gray, and I think those will look really nice on here. I definitely wanted to, I saw the model, and so I definitely wanted it on green fabric. So that's what I looked at, and I looked through all their green fabrics, and that's what I settled on, because I wanted it more green than blue. So I ordered from Crazy Annie the latest Songbird. I ordered it in October, and she sent it, and I never received it. And so she sent a second one, and I still haven't received it. That was 2 weeks ago. Usually she'll send it, and I'll get it 3 days later at the max. So we're having issues with our USPS. It's not her, it's USPS. Because I know there's something else that I won a pattern from Marie. Excuse me just a minute. I know. Acid ulcer, I understand. Working on it. I won a pattern, and it's my unicorn pattern, and so I'm really anxious to get it. But Marie has moved, and again, we've had issues with USPS, so if the USPS loses that pattern, I'm really mad. Because that is my unicorn pattern. I don't have any other unicorn patterns at the moment. But last video, let's see. Last video I mentioned that I was looking at Year of Whips, and I'm probably not going to do it the way Melanie has it planned to possibly earn a prize. Not a problem. There's the other option of I can do it my way, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I have my plan formalized. While they were deer hunting, I was going to do some FOing. And I did put the binding on my son's quilt, the big brown and blue one. So that's completely done. But I physically was not up to it, and a mini dot was shadowing me everywhere. Everywhere. So, not sure why he was. Hold, please. Okay, sorry about that. My phone battery is getting mad at me, and so I plugged in an external battery. But, ear whips. I'm going to do it my own way. I'm going to do that in a separate video. I have most of it nailed down, and it's really kitting up a couple of new starts, working on stuff I already have. I just, with how Melanie has done the year of whips this year, I like that every year she tweaks and tries something different. I really like that. And I'm not leaving that group. I love that group. But I just don't think with my schedule this next year I'm going to be able to do year of whips and do it well. Because I want to do it well. So I'm probably just going to do it my way, and I'll do a separate video on that, walk you through the projects I'm looking at, and well, I had every pattern except now I have that one. So that one's going to have to work its way in. But I've been kitting stuff up, and isn't it amazing you still kit something up and you still don't have the right DMC? Like, how could I not? I have so much DMC. Anyway, so I'll do that in a separate video. But I did also mention that it was October 2019 was my 5th year on FlossTube. And so I am going to do a giveaway for celebrating the 5 years. So the basic rules do not say giveaway, win, prize, any of those keywords. Hold one moment. Yeah, not any of those keywords. Just put that out there. If you do, I'll delete your comment. I know how to delete comments. I've done that before. Also, there's certain stipulations on some of the prizes. So please listen to all of them and then respond if you want to respond. So, yeah, drawing is another word that you don't want to use. Okay. So, there are going to be 5 things I'm giving away. The first giveaway is not available to anyone outside of the lower 48. I'm sorry, I just can't do that. With postage, the postage can get pricey. It's also really confusing because they're doing this zone thing now in the US. They're making it a lot more complicated than it needs to be, is what it boils down to. So only if you're in the lower 48, because then I can send it out, free shipping to you, okay? That means no Alaska, Hawaii, or international for this prize. The prize is Barnwood Buttons by Karen Kluba, Rosewood Manor. And this is what it looks like when it's stitched on the called for fabric with the called for floss and use the called for buttons. This button pack is pricey. It's beautiful, but it's pricey. I did change the verse. I don't remember what the verse is. I changed it to Isaiah chapter 40, I think. Was it Isaiah? Yeah. 40 verse 8. The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever. The original is when one tugs at a single thing in nature, he finds it attached to the rest of the world by John Muir? John something. Yeah, M-U-I-R. I changed it, and she also includes a little alphabet, so you could change it And I like Karen because she realizes people are going to use her patterns a little different. So she gives you some tips and ideas. And she's a wonderful designer. I've met her. I am not including fabric. I'm not including buttons. And I am not including floss. My mom has stitched this piece twice, maybe 3 times. The first time she stitched it so all the stems were actually green and she made all the colors different, and then she went to like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something and picked up all the buttons, or maybe she used charms, and gave it to her sister. She also stitched it for herself on a lighter fabric. I can't remember the floss she used, but she had my great grandmother's button collection, and so all of the flowers she used buttons for my great grandma. Except for the butterfly, she had to find something kind of antique-y charm type. I think she went to the antique mall back home and found something that would fit for the butterfly. So maybe you have a collection of buttons, or you want to personalize it that way. I think it calls for 28 count. Is that what I stitched it on? I'm sorry, 32 count. Maybe you don't like stitching on 32 count. So I didn't do the fabric, but I'm going to throw in a corner gauge. What you do with this is, let's say you want to start this piece. I will most likely start in this corner. Okay, so I would take my fabric, obviously one layer, but I'm just going to use this for demonstration, and up here in the corner, and I put my corner gauge in that corner. And there's a hole at 2 inches, 2.5, and then this over here is 3 inches, right? Or 3.5, 3 inches, yeah. That's where you put your needle down, you stick it into your fabric, and that's where you start counting from. So then you will have your 3-inch margin or your 2.5-inch margin all the way around. That's what a corner gauge does. This is Wood Anniversary, and it has Stitchville's website and phone number on it. And Stitchville does have the buttons for Rosewood Manor and the fabric and the fibers. So if you want to order it from them, this would give you the information. They don't have a order website like other places, but you can call them, and they are very quick about turnaround on shipping. Everything comes very well packaged. I think you would be happy to order from them. They charge fair rates. And again, that's for the lower 48. You'll receive the pattern and the corner gauge from me. And what you want to do with it from there is up to you. Prize number 2. This is also only if you're in the U.S. lower 48. Lily of the Woods by Mirabilia. This is the Dreaming Fairy. Y'all know I like Mirabilia, and she's gorgeous. And I'm also including a corner gauge. Woods. And third prize is available only if you're in the lower 48, and if you would win the prize and then I find out you're in a different country, I will draw another name. Okay? Just let's all be adults here, is essentially what I'm saying. Prize number 3, Over the River and Through the Woods by Jeanette Douglas. I have never stitched a Jeanette Douglas design, but this one has specialty stitches in it. It's not, some of her designs are really large. This one's not too large. There are specialty stitches. She gives you really clear illustrations on how to do the specialty stitches. It calls for silks. There's also an accessory pack that you can order from Stitchville, and they'll send it out to you. That's totally up to you. So that's number 3. Number 4 is only if you are in Alaska, Hawaii, or not in the United States. The equivalent of $15 US from wherever you would like to order from. It has to be a place that I can contact and do this all digitally. That's one caveat. But you know, maybe it's a PDF pattern online that you like from Heaven and Earth or an Etsy store, or maybe you have a local place you get your materials from. It's $15 US equivalent, so whatever currency that translates for you. And number 5 is the same thing. Only if you are outside of the lower 48, and it's 15 US equivalent. So, how do you enter? Comment below if you are interested in barnwood buttons. Put barnwood in your comment. Do not put giveaway, prize, drawing, win, none of that. Barnwood buttons. So you want to put barnwood in your comment. If you want this prize, put lily in your comment. So prize number 2, lily. If you want this one, river, in your comment. Again, only if you are in the lower 48 in the United States. If you are outside the United States and you are interested, anniversary, you need to say happy anniversary. That's what you need to say. Happy anniversary. And you would be entered for prize number 4 and prize number 5. You can only win one prize. And then we'll contact and all that stuff, figure out how to give you the credit and all that stuff. But it will go to a store that I can easily contact and say, I'd like to give so-and-so $15 US credit, and that's what you need to do. So this giveaway will close on December 28th. This is the only video you can comment on regarding this giveaway. And do not say giveaway. Again, the key words, the troll words, we're not doing. We're not speaking troll. So, I will mention this again. I'm sure I'll do another video before Christmas because I have some stuff coming. And I also want to do that Year of Whips video. But this is the only one that will count for the giveaway. Do not, you can email me at mondotstitches, but not about the giveaway. Okay. I think that's the fairest way to do it. 5 years. I never thought I would do 5 years, but here I am. I don't know when I'll do the Year of Whips video, but we'll handle that. And it's really a video that maybe you don't want to do it the way that Melanie has set it up, which, to be honest, is not extremely hard. It's a challenge, which is the whole idea, but it's not extremely hard. And it's a lot of fun. I'm not going to leave the group. I love the group. And Melanie is great to watch. And I'll link her video below. Her video on the Year of Whips, she talks about the Year of Whips about minute 25. But I love her stitching, and you should watch her videos. So I'll let you guys go so I can figure out what's going on with Stormy. And the kids are destroying the house and all that. But again, my Instagram, mondotstitches, my email, mondotstitches@gmail.com. And that's all below. But it's been great to talk to you today. And I hope to see you after Thanksgiving here in the U.S. If you celebrate, safe travels. Enjoy your good food. If you watch football, enjoy football. I don't. But yeah, have a good time. And enjoy it. Enjoy the day, however you choose to celebrate it. So I will talk to you again.